All right. Let's see what we got going on. $8:30. Okay. What's going on? Lots of moving parts. What's going on, everyone? Hey. All right, so here we are. Wednesday nights, so as usual, as is tradition, Wednesday night live tasting of this week's featured tequila of the week. What's going on, everyone? Lots of waves. Very good. Hope everyone's doing good. I guess right into it, huh? So for the people that are new, every Wednesday I feature a tequila of the week, and every Wednesday night, 8:30 Central Time, we will do these live tastings, tasting the tequila of the week, maybe tasting a few other things, chatting tequila, chatting about anything. Really fun time. Enjoy communicating and interacting with everyone. So there we go. Tonight, actually, for the first time, I am trying to record this one, the whole 60-minute tasting, for YouTube as well. So we'll see how it goes. Can't promise anything. It's also on my iPad. If anyone is in there, it's turned the other way around. Hello, YouTube as well. So without further ado, we are live tasting this week's featured tequila of the week, Cascahuin XA, NOM 1123. Really cool label, good looking bottle over there, beautiful coloring, extra añejo. And that is this week's featured tequila of the week. So like I said, produced at 1123, Distilleria Cascahuin, and highly regarded distillery in El Arenal, Jalisco. Don't know what else to tell you about the distillery itself. The Rosales family's been distilling tequila since 1904, and it is a family operation, 5 generations, and this tequila, previously only available in Mexico, as of a couple months ago, now available in the United States. Had to get my hands on a bottle. Normally I take a while to get to this, but price point, $99. Really well priced for a quality extra añejo. So this extra añejo is produced using, I believe, 80% estate agave from Cascahuin. The agave is cooked in brick ovens, roller mill crushed, and then twice distilled in stainless steel stills. The tequila is then aged 4 years in ex-bourbon barrels, so American oak ex-bourbon barrels. However, the bourbon barrels are used multiple times over, up to 30 times over and over. And what that does is it prevents the tequila from being over-barreled. So if people are familiar with this term, heavy barreling on an extra añejo, if the barrels are very recently ex-bourbon used, tends to, one, impart a lot of the bourbon taste profile onto the tequila. A lot of oak, a lot of vanilla. So those taste profiles are generally dominated by oak and vanilla. And what you get is then you lose the agave, and often you get to a point with an extra añejo that while it might taste delicious, it's hard to tell that that's actually tequila. The agave and the earthy tones are so suppressed from heavy barreling. So, not the case with this one. Fatigued ex-bourbon barrels, aged 4 years. Cascahuin, what's going on, guys? How are you? The fatigue barrels prevents over barreling. So what you get is, and right away you can smell it, good amounts of cooked agave aromas, not an overbearing oak. The aromas, cooked agave, little bit of vanilla, little bit of oak, and then a bit of a fruity kind of aroma to it, but a wonderfully tasting tequila, and immediately just smelling it, there's no doubt that it's a tequila, that it's an agave spirit over there. I'll give you guys a closer look at the coloring. So I think that's a beautiful color on the tequila, but you will notice, right, for a 4-year aged extra añejo, that's pretty light. Some of the extra añejos that are aged that long or close to that come out looking almost like bourbons, really dark, really rich. Again, they want the profile to be dominated by actual agave flavors right there. So once again, really beautiful nose, strong amounts of cooked agave, vanilla, oak, little bit of dried fruit or a fruity finish to it. And then taste-wise, it's great. The taste profile, again, has plenty of agave flavor, dominated by cooked agave, and I would say black pepper. So you're getting a lot of the black pepper tingle, strong cooked agave, and then just enough little hints of oak, vanilla, caramel. Oh wait, as you Americans say, caramel, is that right? Caramel where I grew up. Caramel, vanilla, oak, little hints of that, but the dominating part of the profile is definitely cooked agave, and got good amounts of pepper on it, but a beautiful finish. Silky sipping tequila, somewhat light, not sweet by any means, just wonderful. Again, give you a closer look at the bottle. Cascahuin Extra Añejo. Like I said, 1123, family distilling since 1904. This is definitely a agave enthusiasts must have, especially considering it was only available in Mexico up until recently. Go out and find this at $99. It outperforms many tequilas that are double the price. Can't say enough good things about it. I think if you saw my post that went up today, the review, I believe I gave it 89 out of 100. If you've noticed on my posts, I've started saying my current rating. What I've found is when you go back and taste the tequila again, or go back and re-drink something in a different environment, different glass, different meals you've had that day or eaten prior to the tasting, you tend to get a little bit of a different taste. So I don't want people going on, if you end up on Tequila Match and then find out that, wait, I rated it this and now it's rated that. My current rating as of right now, 89 out of 100, really good rating, exquisite extra añejo. Give you a close look over there. Definitely gets one of my stickers, the Tequila Wonder recommendation sticker. That was an easy decision. So yeah, give you another look over there. Hopefully the light doesn't kill it. If you want to get better idea of the beautiful label and the artwork on the label, go look at my post that went up today. Better quality pictures, don't have the light blurring them out. That gives you a little bit of idea what the bottle looks like. Maury, what's going on? Hope you're keeping warm in New York. Very good. So for you who have just joined, we're live tasting this week's featured tequila of the week. Cascahuin Extra Añejo, NOM 1123. Barrel aged 4 years in ex-bourbon barrels, fatigue barrels, not overly barreled. good amounts of agave flavor in both the aromas and the palate. Wonderful sipping tequila, definitely an enthusiast's must-have in the collection. This is absolutely great. Honestly, I'm that far into the bottle, and already I need to have another one. So this is something I'd like to keep on hand. If you can get your hands on this, do so. Really beautiful sipping tequila. And like I said, recently only available in Mexico, until recently at least. Now available in the US, the Extra Añejo. This particular brand has a few other really cool ones that I'm interested in getting some of. They have brought out a limited release of 500 bottles of this Extra Añejo, but is then finished an extra 6 months in French oak. As of right now, the only places I've seen it pop up on social media are in Japan. So if any of my followers from Japan happen to be on the live tonight, or happen to watch this live video that goes up on the profile for the next 24 hours, please shoot me a DM. I'd love someone in Mexico or Japan to get their hands on a bottle of the Cascahuin French Oak Extra Añejo, if possible. Would love a chance to get my hands on some of that. So, if you just joined, Cascahuin Extra Añejo NOM 1123, barrel aged in bourbon barrels, ex-bourbon barrels, used up to 30 times, so you're not getting a overbearing amount of oak and vanilla in the taste profile. Perfect hints of all of them, in my opinion. Just the right amount of black pepper, great amounts of cooked agave. Beautiful coloring, I love it. Great nose, great taste profile. Can't say enough good things about this. Sticker of approval, Tequila Wonder recommended. There we go. What's going on, guys? I see we've got some of the usual suspects joining in over here from Colorado, Illinois. I like it. For those that just joined, the Cascahuin Extra Añejo NOM 1123. Oh, Remy, what's going on, brother? Nice of you to join, my man. So, live tasting this week's featured tequila of the week, Cascahuin Extra Añejo NOM 1123. We are in my office at home in Dallas. Behind me is more tequila than I can probably drink. Remy, I know you can put away a few, so if you want to come help me get into the 146 bottles I have back there, you're always welcome. This week's featured tequila of the week is an absolute beaut. The Cascahuin Extra Añejo, $99, previously only available in Mexico. Now it is in the US. Just a great sipping tequila. Give you a good look at the coloring over there. Great nose, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of oak, a little bit of fruit, but the majority of it is cooked agave. And then once you're tasting, it's a similar type of profile, dominated by cooked agave and kind of pepper, with just enough, little bit of vanilla, a little bit of caramel, a little bit of oak. So we have that one right there. Absolute pleasure. Glad I could get my hands on this. So really enjoyable. What do we got going on? So I'm getting better at this, okay? So these live videos are, I'm getting better at talking, thinking about actually giving you the right information, and then also following the questions over here. So trying to follow all of that. The mandala, I believe they sent me. I'm not sure where to get it in Texas. Round about the time of the night that I also like to ask everyone where you guys are joining from, what you guys are drinking. It's Wednesday night, Wine Wednesday, or in our household, Tequila Wednesday, always. Get you through the week. So feel free to join or share what you're drinking, where you're joining from. I always love seeing during these live videos how far the love for tequila and agave spirits stretches. Regularly having people tuned in from multiple continents, often a few people from back home, South Africa, Australia, Asia, Europe. I know the time difference. I'm kind of worried about people that are tuning in from Europe 8 hours ahead of this. So you're either still up at 5 a.m. or you're waking up at 5 a.m. But either way. All right, Santa Ana. Very nice. Yep, the Dia de los Muertos back there. Very good. Mike, you're drinking El Tesoro. That's a first. It's normally G4 every time you log in on here on a Wednesday. So I'm glad you're keeping it in the family, but I'm glad you're branching out a little bit. All right, very good. So, hey, if you guys have just joined, we're live tasting this week's featured tequila of the week, the Cascahuin Extra Añejo. Beautiful sipping Extra Añejo, $99 priced, absolute quality. Produced at Distillería Cascahuin, world-renowned, highly regarded distillery, 5 generations of family distilling, and what you're getting, and in there, you've got 5 generations committed to, and as they like to say, producing tequila the right way. So they have a couple Tahona products out right now. This one is roller mill crushed, but still very high quality production techniques. Again, I've mentioned it multiple times, but even though it's what's going on, guys? Kelly, nice of you to join us. Even though it is aged 4 years, the barrels are used multiple times over, fatigue barrels, and what that does is it prevents the taste profile from being just dominated by vanilla and oak. So the fatigue barrels impart less color and less flavor into the tequila, and as a result, this is an absolute exquisite sipping Extra Añejo. Something that still has great amounts of cooked agave flavors, and you have no doubt that you're drinking a tequila. So, give you one more look over there. That's that one. Beautiful, really great. Can't get enough of this. In fact, when this video finishes, I'm probably going to be trying to get another bottle of this. That's if Grover or Ken, any of my friends in Tequila Mexico or in Japan can't get me a bottle of the French oak finished Extra Añejo from the same brand. So let's see what we got. We got Colorado. Yes, my wife is drinking all of my Compa Veda in the other room. So if any of my Compa Veda friends are on, send help, send reserves. It's definitely her go-to now. I'm not going to be able to keep enough of it in the house. So again, for the new people that have just joined, we're live tasting, which we do every Wednesday over here. I'm in Dallas. I'm at home. This is my office at home. Live tasting this week's featured tequila of the week. If you want to get a better look at this pretty bottle and the great label on here, go look at my post. Like the post I put up today, please. Go look at the post. I've got higher resolution pictures, some nice close-up photos of the label where the LED light is not blurring it out. You can take a look at the beautiful artwork, really pretty label, simple bottling. I really like that. We've got a synthetic stopper in the top, which may not be super traditional, but I really like that because with some of the cork and wood combo cork bottles of really nice tequila that I have, cork tends to break off, and you don't want to get air in there and ruin a great bottle of tequila for it. There we go. So I guess I'm getting told what I'm drinking tomorrow as well. ATX Wholesale Liquors. No, I do not. Not in the industry, completely unrelated industry. So for anyone who doesn't know the story or may not be a regular follower of the page, this is a tequila has been a passion and a hobby of mine for close to 7 years now. About less than 3 years ago, so actually in May will be 3 years, I started this page just for fun. I don't know if I've ever told this story on my page, but was on a flight somewhere, on an American Airlines flight, didn't have any Wi-Fi, was going through my iPhone to delete photos off my camera roll to make more space. And I noticed, man, I've got a lot of tequila pictures, the tequila cocktail pictures. Whenever I travel, I was always seeking out tequila bars or great Mexican restaurants. So on the flight, I kind of put an album together with 6 or so photographs and decided, start myself an Instagram page. Why not? That was less than 3 years ago, and that's how this page started. So no, it is not in the industry, not my job, doesn't pay the bills. In a way, I think that's great though, because it's still fun. Like I said, it is just a hobby and a passion of mine. And the fact that it is not my living and not my income allows me to be, I think, a lot more unbiased and honest about my opinions. I only post on my page what I want to post. I don't feature or post anything that I can't put my name on or stick my sticker on at the very least. I'm sure if you've been around tequila for a long time, you're well aware of a couple of a few people that are regularly advertising how they are the premier platform for tequila promotion and social media, blah, 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 BS, whatever they want to call it. All you got to do is Google it and you'll find them promoting their page, offering to do your social media for $6,000 a year. To each their own, but I really do love that, like I said, this is not my income, not my job, and because of that, it's fun, and I get to post and talk about whatever the hell I want. So instead of talking about a mixto spiced tequila right now, we're talking about this wonderful Cascahuin XA Añejo, which is my featured tequila of the week this week. Oh, something I did leave out. So this one is distilled to proof at 43%. So slightly higher than normal. For those of you that don't know, 80 proof and 40% is the kind of industry standard. So 43% is a little bit higher than that. And as a result, maybe some of the flavors and the aromas are just accentuated just a little bit. It's not 110 proof, still strength tequila. But it's got a little bit more body and character behind it. Again, can't say enough good things about it. Cascahuin XA Añejo, NOM 1123. If you guys from Cascahuin are still up on here, please hold on one second. Okay, so I guess the video was paused. This is the 14th live tasting I've done, and this is the first one that I forgot to plug my iPhone into. So, hold that thought. And we're back. All right. Hey, so at least you know this isn't scripted and it's authentic. So, phone's plugged in now. We're not going to run out of battery and die. If you're just joining or this is the first time, this is a regular occurrence every Wednesday night, 8:30 Central. Live taste the tequila of the week. No, Mike, I'm too fast for that. Great time to have a conversation about tequila in general or this specific tequila of the week. Grant, how are you? Thanks for joining. Brent, what's going on? Oh my God. When I saw your name pop up on the screen, I remembered that I have not looked at your email yet. So I promise I will watch that podcast. It's been a pretty crazy week. So you have it on record over here live that I'm promising to do it tomorrow. Absolutely. But yeah, live tasting the featured tequila of the week. Cascahuin XA NOM 1123, an absolute beaut. Great one to have over there. Been sipping it for the last 25 minutes or so. That was a sip without any comment on the nose or the taste profile. That was just a sip for me. But these live videos, I love them. I'm really going to do my best to get them up on YouTube soon. So the iPad's flipped the wrong way, so I don't know what's going on, but I think I'm YouTube live with this one tonight for the first time as well. I figured instead of me trying to find time to now edit a video and transfer it over, I'm just gonna log into YouTube when I do these for Instagram Live every Wednesday, and then hopefully those videos just save. So hopefully from today going forward, we should have a record of all of these live tastings, commentary on the featured tequilas of the week. Should all be up on my YouTube channel. That's in the link in the bio for the website. So if you haven't subscribed, please go subscribe to make me look a little cooler than I am. I don't think there's a lot of people subscribed on there right now. I know there's not a lot of videos on there, but I promise the goal is over the next couple of months to get some cool content up there. What else is everyone drinking? What else does everyone want to talk about? Derek, the hats. Right now, if you guys want hats, just shoot me a DM. I'm currently building the website myself, so not an expert at it, but I'm hoping by the end of the week to have some type of a basic website up where I can voice my opinion on a couple things, but at the very least, just give a web address where people can go on without sending me messages, grab hats, grab a shirt, whatever other things that I might have in small quantities here and there. So the online store should be up by the end of the week. That's the goal. At the very worst, by the end of the weekend. But if you can't wait, this is one of the new hats right there, navy and white. So I have 5 new styles. I think I've posted about them, and go take a look. If you're interested, shoot me a DM. I have 120 of them this time. So whereas before I've always ordered the hats 12 at a time, and they're never in stock when people are asking, I now have 120 of them in different styles. So if you guys are interested, shoot me a DM, let me know. What's up, Sip Tequila? Let me know. So that's the Cascahuin XA, the featured tequila of the week. Something I do almost every Wednesday is for comparison purposes, bring in something else that I think is similar, comparable, still only featuring good tequilas, but something where I can create some type of conversation at the very least. The closest thing I found on my shelf back there out of 146 or so bottles, Villa Lobos, Extra Añejo, 4-year aged, so aged exactly the same amount of time. I'm sure you guys are sick of hearing this name because it seems like every second week I've got something from La Altena, but Carlos Camarena and La Altena seem to just strike a chord with me. Great tequilas. This is one of the newest ones from there, Villa Lobos Extra Añejo. Produced in a very similar fashion to the Cascahuin. However, as far as my understanding goes, I believe the only difference over here is, oh, hey, Taylor. What's going on? Chad, nice of you to join us. The biggest difference between the Villa Lobos NOM 1139 and the featured tequila of the week this week, the Cascahuin, produced similar methods. However, the Villa Lobos is aged in New American oak, whereas the Cascahuin, even though by Extra Añejo standards is not overly barreled, you can see how it's slightly darker over there. So that's going to be the ex-bourbon barrels influence on the tequila. So you know what I might do? Well, Grant, you're welcome to come over to my house if you need some Villa Lobos. So um, see if there's a way I can keep these both in the picture without knocking them over when showing you guys what's going on. So, all right, there we go. So, when they're in the glass, maybe not as different. So that's the Cascahuin, that's the Villa Lobos. Slightly darker hue, and like I said, that one is aged in ex-bourbon barrels, even though it's not very heavily barreled. That one's aged in new American oak. So what you get, and if you remember, if you've been following along at home, hey Aaron, how are you? I'll be bringing your hat over soon, I promise. If anyone's in Dallas and they haven't been to Tipsy Alchemist yet, go see my man Aaron. Phenomenal cocktails. Watching him make the cocktails is almost as good a treat as the actual drink itself. I'd recommend the Samba. Not quite sure what goes in it. I know it's mezcal, lime, lemon and mezcal, and cayenne pepper, but it's absolutely phenomenal. And no, this was not a paid promotion. I wish it was. That's just me pushing Tipsy Alchemist. So back to the tequilas. If you've been following along, we are live tasting this week's featured tequila of the week. Make sure the lighting is getting me right there. Okay, we're good. Cool, no worries. This week's featured tequila of the week, which is that one right there. It is the Cascahuin XA NOM 1123, and it is aged 4 years in ex-bourbon barrels. The tequila we're about to sip, for comparison purposes, this is the Villa Lobos NOM 1139 at one of, I'm sure by this point, if you follow the page, you know that La Altena and Carlos Camarena, some of my favorite, it's my favorite distillery, arguably one of the top distilleries. What they do is, this is aged 4 years as well, but this is in new American oak. So the color difference in the tequila right there is almost completely because of the barreling. So this one by no means heavily barreled, but this one even less so in new American oak. So as we mentioned a few times in this video, the Cascahuin is predominantly agave, cooked agave aromas, little bit of oak, little bit of vanilla, little bit of fruit. The Villa Lobos, you're getting very, very little oak, very little, well, you're getting oak, but you're getting very little vanilla. You're pretty much just getting agave and oak on the aroma. And then, so taste-wise, the Cascahuin has like a black pepper front end, dominated by cooked agave, and then just enough little hints of vanilla, caramel, oak. Beautiful sipping tequila that I've been talking about now for over 30 minutes. It's the featured tequila of the week. The Villa Lobos Extra Añejo aged the same amount of time, but before I even give it a taste, generally new American oak, you're going to get less vanilla on it. The barrel is going to impart even less sediment, color, and flavor to the tequila. So while this one is aged 4 years and this one is aged 4 years, significantly lighter, the barrel's not putting much effect on that. And then it's mostly cooked agave. So a wonderful extra añejo as well. Honestly, I almost need to go back and re-rate this. Really, really good extra añejo. Majority of it is cooked agave. It's not very vanilla at all. Cannot almost pick up any vanilla. Light oak, mostly just earthy, smoky flavors, and cooked agave, and that's about the extent of it. So two beautiful extra añejos right here, right in the same price range. So I believe they're both right on $100. This one might be 110 or so. Beautiful extra añejos. This week's featured tequila of the week, the Cascahuin extra añejo. And the one we're sipping for comparison is the Villa Lobos extra añejo right there. The newest tequila from, or brand from La Altena. Cascahuin is produced at Distillería Cascahuin, highly renowned tequila distillery in El Arenal, and been producing top quality tequila brands like Siembra Azul, Siembra Valles. Beautiful right there. So again, that's this week's featured tequila of the week. I definitely, there we go. So featured tequila of the week, the Cascahuin. Go take a look at my post that went up today. Like I said, I've got better quality images over there. The artwork on this label is really cool. One of the better labels I've seen. Absolutely beautiful. 175 yards out. What's your club? Where is the most important question. In Utah, it's like a 9-iron or maybe jump on a pitching wedge. In Dallas, that's it's a half 7 or a solid 8, probably an 8. Yeah, actually you're right. Depends on what time of the year. Probably a 9-iron in Dallas and a pitching wedge in Utah. Taylor, there's no chance in hell that you can hit a 9-iron that far. Maybe twice. Okay. Oh, hey Laura, what's going on? Nice of you to join. Yeah, well, you're not. There we go. Okay, so if you're just joining, we're live tasting this week's featured tequila of the week. Please go like my post that went up today. I need validation, and go take a look at the better images of this bottle because it really is a beautiful label. Great extra añejo tequila. I recommend getting out there and trying to see. At sea level, it might be a 7. Yeah, probably right. It depends, 7 or 8. For comparison, we sipped on this really wonderful Villa Lobos extra añejo as well. Second time I've tasted this, and actually really enjoyed that the second time around, more so than the first. So very similar tequila, similar price range, less vanilla, pretty much just cooked agave and earthy flavors right there. Laura, you can come. Oh, hey. Tequila?
Yes.
Crashing the videos.
I'll let you know, Derek.
There we go. At this rate, I'm going to need another bottle of this before the end of this live tasting's done. So, Laura, you can definitely buy a hat. Just text me. I'll give you a family discount. Dark brown spice flavor. No, not really. Cooked agave is going to be it's an agave sweetness. So for a rustic or traditional artisan produced tequila, the only sweetness you should be getting is an agave sweetness. If it's not, if there's not any type of overly heavily barreled or overly worked with production techniques, if you're using very traditional techniques, the tequila's sweetness per se should only be that cooked agave. If you've ever been to a distillery and actually eaten the raw cooked agave, that sweetness coming out of that cooked agave that you're chewing on, that's the kind of flavors when I say cooked agave that I'm getting out of a tequila like that. If you're actually tasting sweetness, there's a good chance that they've used different barrels. Cab barrels to age a tequila generally put a fruitier finish on it. Sweet is a very broad term that people use to describe tequila. but a fruity sweetness to a tequila. Could mean it's aged in wine barrels. Could mean they just added sugar to it. It's again, don't want to get into this part of the conversation, but that's pretty common practice in the industry. Is for distilleries to just add sugar before the tequila goes into the barrel to age. So not the case with either of these two up here. We've got the Villa Lobos and the Cascahuin XA, both aged 4 years. The Cascahuin is this week's featured tequila of the week. The post went up today. Go check it out. Go like the post. I don't know because the iPad's turned around, but I think this is streaming to YouTube Live. So if you haven't gone to the YouTube channel and taken a look, there's not a ton of stuff on there, but I'm going to start hopefully documenting all these live tastings on a Wednesday night to the YouTube channel. So go on there, subscribe to the page, hit like, comment on it, make me look cooler than I am on YouTube, please. The link is in my bio. Couple people talking about hats again. I got 5 new hats, different styles and colors that came in this week. So thank you, Nick. Got them shipped all the way from Fargo, North Dakota. If you saw my post earlier this week, the hats were getting temperature tested in a sunny -9 degrees up in Fargo. But they are in, so shoot me a DM. I'm hoping to launch my website by the end of the week, and then on the website you'll be able to go in without having to talk to me or let me annoy you, and take a look at all the different colors, and just you can grab a hat off the website like that. So I guess we'll go over that again in a little bit, but let me know where you guys are joining from. If you're drinking tequila, let me know what you're drinking. Always enjoy the conversations that happen here on a Wednesday night. For the record, this is another Mizzen and Main Henley. I pretty much live in these, so if anyone from Mizzen and Main is watching, thank you. My favorite dress shirts and clothing to wear, just because they don't need to be ironed and they don't need to be dry cleaned. And these Henleys are the best fitting, most comfortable shirts that I've ever put on. So there's another little plug. So pretty much over the course of this hour, I've plugged Tipsy Alchemist for free, and Mizzen and Main as well. So I feel like I'm actually doing some type of advertising on here. I should start selling advertising on here. Fuente Seca, very nice. So Sip Tequila, if any of you are Fuente Seca fans, I know that Blanco is a very well-regarded Blanco, highly rated Blanco. And I believe I saw a post pop up earlier this week telling me that Sip Tequila has a handful of bottles available to ship out. So if you want to get, there we go. I beat you to it. I am giving you a plug. So yeah, Fuente Seca, go check out their website. Beautiful Blanco tequila. Maybe I'll feature it here at some point in the next few weeks. But hard to get your hands on, and there we go. No, Taylor, I'm sorry, you're not actually allowed to drink whiskey while you watch this, so if you could log off, that'd be great. Regional, all right, so where are you logging in from, Agave Ambassador? Where is home? Oh, and the other thing is, you guys feel free to ask questions that aren't tequila related. I think none of these live tastings on a Wednesday are scripted. So I think some of the more fun ones we've had, the conversation tends to go anywhere. One ended in me drinking 144 proof absinthe, which I don't hope happens anytime soon. Yeah, you know what? I really hope I get to a point where I can just send everyone hats. That'd be great. If anyone wants to make my hats for free, I'll happily hand them out for free. All right, Flagstaff. So, pretty cool. I like it. I've been to Flagstaff once. I drove through there on a 26-hour road trip that I was taking. So that's the extent of my Flagstaff experience. Start doing some research. I love it. All right, real quick, if you're watching or just joining, a reminder, we're live tasting this week's featured tequila of the week, Cascahuin XA, NOM 1123. I am gonna pour myself one more because I deserve it, and I've worked really hard this first half of the week. Aged 4 years in ex-bourbon barrels. Barrels are used multiple times over, up to 30 times, to prevent heavy barreling. So a lot of cooked agave flavors, good amounts of black pepper, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of oak, a little bit of caramel, but the vanilla, oak, and caramel is not overbearing. The profile is dominated by the cooked agave, and that's because the barrels are used so many times that they're not imparting too much flavor or color or sediment into the tequila. So there we go. If I'm ever back in Flagstaff, I think I know the restaurant I need to eat at. Absolutely. Amazon are very good. So look at the coloring right there. Beautiful gold hue to the tequila. The beautiful strong cooked agave nose that I told you about. And then wonderful taste profile. Cooked agave, black pepper on the front end, little bit of vanilla, a little bit of oak, a little bit of caramel. But like I said, absolute wonderful sipping tequila. Retails for about 99 bucks. Was previously only available in Mexico. Is now available in the US in very limited numbers. I mentioned earlier on, this is distilled to proof at 43%. So the industry standard is 40. So slightly higher proof. Nothing overbearing like 100 proof or 110 still strength or cast strength tequila, but 43%, just strong enough, kind of accentuates the taste profile and the flavors. Can't say enough. I'm probably going to get off this live feed right now and buy a bottle just so I can keep it because, like I said, they produce it in very small volume, and once you can't get it anymore, you can't get it. Any of my friends in Mexico or Japan, if you're watching this live, Japan, probably not watching it live in Japan, but if you watch it over the next 24 hours where this video will be up on my live feed, let me know, send me a DM if you're willing to go find me a bottle of tequila, because Cascahuin had a limited release of 500 bottles. This extra añejo right here is then aged an extra 6 months in French oak. And then that is, like I said, limited to 500 bottles, currently only available in Mexico and Japan. So any of my friends in Mexico, any of my friends in Japan, shoot me a DM over the next 24 hours. I'll try and make it worth your while if you can find me that tequila. No, it's not available online, Rachel, but thank you for... take a look on Amazon. You never know. Like you said, you are really good at Amazon. Cool. All right. I see a few new people joining. Chris, what's going on? Darth Tequila, how are you? For the guys that have just joined, we've been live tasting for almost an hour now. This week's featured tequila of the week, Cascahuin 1123 Extra Añejo, 4 years aged in ex-bourbon barrels. I don't know what else to say about it. I feel like I don't want to be too repetitive for the people that have stayed on you for the whole hour, but it's a wonderful sipping tequila. Go look at my post today for tasting notes. Go look at my post, like my post. Don't just go look at it, actually hit like, please. Like the post today. Go take a look at the tasting notes, the better quality images. You can get a better view of this beautiful label over there and the artwork on it. Simplistic bottle, beautiful label, great artwork. The most impressive thing about it is the tequila on the inside. Really great extra añejo. I rated it 89 out of 100 on Tequila Matchmaker. I'm not sure where that stands on my ratings, but it's got to be up there in the top 10 for sure. Great extra añejo, and at that price, it is outperforms extra añejos that are double the price. I pulled in this Villa Lobos extra añejo as a comparison. We sipped this quite a bit and spoke about it as well. That is very comparable, also aged 4 years, similar price range. The only other things that I could compare to the Cascahuin on my shelf, my collection back there, all retail for over 250 bucks. So they wouldn't be a fair comparison. Really nothing much in that $100 category that outperforms this. There's a few I would say are equal, but definitely something you should try to get your hands on. Maybe wait 30 minutes after this video to try to get your hands on it online so I can still get some. But yes, got my sticker of approval. Great extra añejo. Go like my post. I will find out once this video ends if the iPad has actually been recording this live tasting for YouTube Live. So my hope is that it has been working, and all these videos will be documented in my YouTube channel, so we can have some type of a library going back where you can go back and review these featured tequilas of the week on Wednesdays. But outside of that, back to work. I love it. You guys have fun. Your 2-hour time difference. You should be getting busy right now. There we go. Too comfy with your sipper. I like it. Grant, you have a good day, buddy. Have fun in Flagstaff. I guess we got about 10 minutes left. So who's got questions? Tequila questions, non-tequila questions. I think we've spoken quite significantly about the featured tequila of the week. If you haven't caught up, interesting. Really? Oh, give me a second. Hopefully. So it just told me we had poor connection, and it's not showing that the Wi-Fi is up. So that's interesting. I'm hoping that the quality of this video hasn't been terrible. Let's take a look. YouTube Live is working. Yes, we are in. We are witnessing history. The first. Okay, great. So YouTube's great quality. I like that. That's perfect. The YouTube Live is going through Verizon, and this iPhone's going through AT&T. So there we go. That'll be the fifth unpaid plug that I've given for the night. Hint, hint. So see how easily and organically I can throw in advertising on these live videos. Hint, hint. Again, anyone watching. But just kidding. I'm glad it's working. Glad the quality is good. Wish there was an option to send. Interesting. Yeah, we'll work on it. It says your video is paused. Why? I don't know. Quality's good. Must be streaming TV in the house as well. Okay. Well, Chad, I'll take your word for it. As long as you can basically see, hopefully when it goes up for 24 hours, the quality's maybe a bit better. It looks like they were saying that the YouTube Live is working and the quality's good. So we'll go with that. Whatever. I think over the course of the hour, hopefully we got enough talking points about this week's featured tequila of the week. Enough that we can get the idea across. Again, thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm not leaving yet, but normally I wait till the Instagram gets the countdown timer on before I start trying to wrap everything up. So I might as well say it now. Thanks for everyone who joined in. I really do appreciate it. I love how these live videos have grown. from the very first one we did with about 25 people that logged in. It's great to see these things grow every week. I don't plan on changing anytime soon. So every Wednesday night, live taste the tequila of the week. Derek, good night. Maybe in the comment section, once this video goes up, let me know what type of tequilas you want to see in coming weeks. So I'm not set on next week. So let me know. Do you want to see a Blanco? Do you want Reposados? More extra añejos? Something super high end? Some of the luxury tequilas? Something super affordable, or something I consider great value for money? Let me know. I love the feedback. I love the fact that you guys tune in on Wednesday nights. I appreciate the support. Go check the link in my bio for the for the YouTube channel. Let me know. I will post about it, but I should have my website up and running by the end of the weekend. At that point, you guys won't have to wait for me to DM you back to find out about hats or shirts or anything like that. It should be available on the website. The thing I'm looking most forward to on the website is not only sharing these videos and sharing my social media content. Yeah, that's a good name. I might start. That's good. Wanderer Wednesdays. We could see if we can copyright that. But no, the thing I'm looking really forward to on the website is being able to write a little bit. You know, I have great conversations and debates with all of you guys through my DMs on a daily basis. I would love to get on there. I'm looking forward to writing things, you know, comparing a $25 tequila to a $325 tequila. Conversation I had with someone just yesterday about how a certain very high-end tequila on this available, I feel, should be 10 times the price. And not because it's that good, but because I think that way the only people buying it are people that really don't need the money. Because where it's priced right now at $325, it's just attainable for the average person who saves up enough or wants to buy someone a really special gift. And I don't rate the tequila very highly. So again, that's just something I look forward to on the website, being able to write kind of opinion pieces on why I think certain things or you know, any crazy ideas that I have. Duster the Buster, seems you're just joining. I'll sound off one more time with this. Live tasting this week's featured tequila of the week, the Cascahuin XA, produced at Distilleria Cascahuin, NOM 1123. 5 generations of distilling since 1904. Rosales family currently distilling the tequila. I believe it's 80% estate sourced agave. We are cooked in brick ovens, roller mill crushed, distilled twice in steel stills with copper coils. And then the juice is aged 4 years in ex-bourbon barrels that are highly fatigued, used up to 30 times. And the reason for doing that is to prevent over-barreling. So with a lot of tequilas that are aged 4 years, the taste profile is just pretty much dominated by vanilla and oak. This one, the taste profile is dominated. The aroma and the taste is dominated by cooked agave. On the nose, cooked agave, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of oak. Really, really good. And then tasting it, dominated by cooked agave, black pepper on the front end, and kind of softens off on the tail end of the taste profile with a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of caramel, a little bit of oak. Can't say enough good things about it. $99. Gets my sticker of approval. It's this week's featured tequila of the week. So go like the post, go check it out. Go like Cascahuin's page as well. So like their page. In fact, if you're watching this right now, go find one of their posts and comment underneath and say, hey, I just watched your tequila tasted live, and tag me in it. You know, I'd love these brands to know that we're talking about them. Like we mentioned earlier, this is not my job, it's a hobby. So I post and talk about whatever the hell I want. No mixed dose spiced tequilas or pre-made margaritas getting promoted on this page. So go tag me on their page, go comment on their posts, let them know you watched the live tasting and heard all about them here. Hopefully I gave you a bit of interesting information. I think it's their best offering. Well, you know what? I haven't had a chance to have the Tahona Blanco yet. And Duster, if you just, I spoke about it earlier. They did one of these aged an extra 6 months in French oak. Best value sticker that could work. So I will say this, guys. Instagram Live is telling me I have 40 seconds left. YouTube Live, apparently I only get cut off at 12 hours. So God forbid I ever do a 12-hour live tasting. But before they cut me off of Instagram, I'll go back and look at your questions and try answer them. This will be up for the next 24 hours. It's saying, well, if you're on YouTube Live, the connection just cut me off on Instagram. So if you're joining for the first time, this was my first Instagram Live, or my first YouTube shared Instagram Live tasting on a Wednesday night. It was this week's featured tequila of week, Cascahuin XA and Yeho. So thanks for joining. Until next Wednesday, hope to see you again soon. Salud.